Welcome to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And the title of this video is basically defining exactly what I'm going to talk about. And it's learn from the past, prepare for the future. We have had two new Old Republic characters come to the game. They are dark side characters. They've been out for a few days. I was just letting it settle a little bit before I explain my opinion and what's going on. We have Bastila Shan Fallen. Now, I'm actually surprised that she came to the game because she's not that prominent of a character in the Knights of the Old Republic game. She falls to the dark side for just a little bit of the gameplay, not much of it. And if you follow the light side eventually, which most people do actually, or if you actually technically follow with the way that you read the books and what happens in the future with Revan, is she comes back to the light side and marries him. So why do we have Bastila Shan Fallen and Canderous Ordo in the game? Well, they're going to be required for a certain character. Now, which certain character? Most people are saying Darth Revan or Darth Malak. I would place money on Darth Malak. I don't think they would bring Darth Revan to the game so quickly after Revan was just released. I could be wrong, but Bastila Shan is actually turned by Malak. He's the one that turns her to the dark side, and Revan has to fight her and bring her back to the light. That's why I believe she's going to be required for Revan. Canderous Ordo doesn't be required for Malak, excuse me. Canderous Ordo doesn't have nearly as much to do with Malak, but he is another dark side Old Republic character. Canderous Ordo is the one that makes me think, well, is it going to be required for Darth Revan? My gut doesn't tell me that. So what am I saying when I say learn from the past, prepare for the future? When we had the Revan event, we all know that it took forever, and we did not have a lot of time to farm the Old Republic characters, and a lot of people didn't get Revan because of that. So what I am telling you to do, if you are a very, very, very minor pay-to-play player, maybe you don't spend much at all, or maybe you're debating on spending a little bit in the game, I would highly suggest getting the $9.99 packs of Canderous Ordo and Bastila Shan Fallen. I have already done it. It gets them to 4-star. It helps you take that next leap to be ready if you have to panic farm them at some time in the future. Bastila is able to be used in some Sith teams with Palpatine lead. I've seen it with Traya team as well. I have not really used her yet. I've geared her up to gear level 11 because I had the gear sitting around, but I love my Jedi Knight Revan team. Canderous, I can't wait to mess around and play with him. He has some great damage over time things that can spread, and he can give it with some of his abilities. I think with the Darth Vader lead, as we see in some of the gameplay from CG, that it could be very interesting. And I just want to find him. He kind of can dominate taunting tanks in the game. I kind of want to find lineups that he's viable with. I am not going to take them to 7-star. I don't want to spend the money, but I want to get that one step ahead, spending a total of about $20, $21, with tax or whatever, to get them both to 4 stars, so you're able to farm them better, easier, quicker, if we need them for a panic farm event. Now, is HK-47 one of the characters that is going to be required? He is a Old Republic character. He's one of the first in the game, but he does not have the Old Republic tag, which bothers me. I think they need to add him to the Old Republic tag for sure. He is in the droid faction. He is dark side. So if we're including him, we would have a total of 3 Old Republic dark side characters. He may get a rework as well. So with those 3, maybe they'll add 3 more characters or 2 more characters. What other dark side characters would they add to be able to acquire a character? That's what I'm not quite sure of yet. Is it going to be Malak? Is it going to be Revan? I think these characters are definitely needed to unlock a certain character, but it's who and what are we going to need to do in the future. Now, if you go into these shipments here and you look at the weekly shipments, all of the weekly shipments able to purchase are the Sith Marauder, Sith Assassin, and Sith Trooper. Could that mean something? Should you be farming those characters? Maybe it's going to be those 3 characters plus Canderous and Bastila or something else. This is just a theory of mine to need to unlock Malak or Revan or so forth, Darth Revan or whatever. We don't really know. So let's prepare for the future. Now, one thing that has just happened to me before I go on that I think is actually helping me out quite a bit is I have all of the characters from the Cantina Energy Store farmed to 7 stars. So, you know, like Gar Saxon, you go in here, you go find. I don't have any more characters to be able to get to 7 stars from the Cantina Battle Store. So, 1, if somebody is released into there, I'm going to be able to get them right away. And 2, what I am doing now, maybe you think this is a bad idea, maybe you don't think it is, let me know. I'm not spending any crystals on Cantina Energy Refresh. That's 300 crystals I use daily that I can put back into regular energy. I can put into mod energy if needed, into ship energy. So I think if you really focus on getting all of the characters from the Cantina Battle Store farm, this isn't for the beginning player. I'm just saying later in the game, or if it's something you focus on, this could be useful for resource crystal management. You can save those crystals for other pieces of equipment. It'd be extremely nice. So what are one of the other things that I am doing preparing for the future? I have mentioned this before, but I'm going to bring it up again. In the Squad Arena store, I am hardcore purchasing the prestige tokens for capital ship abilities. I actually had 1,000, and I decided to impulse upgrade every single one of Grand Moff Tarkin's abilities, even though I had them upgraded somewhat. So I would have like 2,673. I'm hoarding them. The reason I'm hoarding them is a new capital ship will be coming to the game soon. Will it be General Grievous? I'm guessing he's going to get a capital ship when his reworks comes. We don't know when that's going to be. But in my opinion, there is going to be a Sith capital ship coming to the game. Whether it be Darth Nihilus and the Ravager, which I think will come to the game at some point in time, or what I feel may be more likely right now is Darth Malik's fleet commander was Saul Karath. Yeah, he wasn't that prominent in the game, but Cartho Nassi, who's another Old Republic character that could come to the game from the light side, he was originally served under him, and then Saul Karath ended up destroying Karth's home planet, killing his wife and daughter. And he would be, in my opinion, the capital ship pilot or person, the fleet commander. Excuse me, I was trying to think what I was trying to get to there. So I am hoarding these so I can be prepared to get that ship all the way prestiged up, because I have a feeling it's going to be good. The other thing that I am doing to prepare for the future is, if we go into ships here, let's look at Sith ships. We now have a total of 4 in the game. The B-28 Extinction Class Bomber I think is going to be fun to use. I've tested it just a little bit in some of the fleet arena battles, lower tiers, just to see how it can do. And I cannot wait to have it on farm to be able to start farming it. And the Sith Fighter, I am farming every day. This is a ship since it's come out. I've started to farm. I want to get this to 7 stars because I think there's going to be a synergy in a potential Sith fleet meta. That could be huge. We already have the TIE Advanced 1, which is pretty good. And the Scimitar, I think there's going to be more coming out as well. And that's why I'm telling you guys, when you have some of this extra fleet energy right here, please be farming the Sith ship or Sith fighter right here, because what I'm also able to do with the extra regular energy that I have is I'm also able to be farming the Houndstooth now, trying to get it to 7-star eventually. So I'm able to be farming 2 ships here, and I'm liking it. Also, if I go look at my Sith, and this is just suggestions for some of you guys that aren't working on something specifically, you know, if you have Revan, or if you got the Old Republic characters to 7 stars and you want to move forward a little bit, or you want to work on something different, I am working on getting the Sith Assassin to Gear 12. I have the gear pieces to take her there. Not doing it quite yet. I don't want to use it yet. She's at Gear 11. When I get that Sith Fighter to 7 star, I probably will. The Sith Marauder, I've gotten to 7 star. I'm going to eventually take him to Gear 12 because of his ship, and I think they're going to be needed potentially for something important, along with the Sith Trooper. They're able to be purchased, or some of them, in the weekly shipment store. That has bearing to me, because every single time characters that have been in that shop have either been bounty hunters when we needed them to get Chewie, or the Old Republic characters when we needed to get Revan. I don't think it's really deviated from that. So that might be giving us a sign of something that, hey, this is what we need to look at. Let's start farming these characters if we can, because they might be needed for Malak, Revan, or whatever else. Now, to talk about the rest of the Ebon Hawk crew, or the Old Republic crew that is in the game from the original Age of the Old Republic, we have Juhani. Yeah, she's a character that you could have potentially accidentally killed in the game. She was on Dantooine. She fell to the dark side. You helped turn her back to the light, and she was part of your crew. She is obviously a Jedi, so she'll be used probably the light side or neutral. Who knows if they ever go that way? But she ended up turning to the light side. And then Carth Onasi, who in my opinion is like the third most important character in the game, because he's the first crew member you meet. He's, I love him as a character. Him, Bastila, and Revan are probably, the main trio of characters. I always use the Carth in the lineup as well. So we have Carth and Juhani that are the only two Old Republic characters left to come from the game, from the first game here, from the crew. So what does that mean also? That also means we're eventually going to be getting the Ebon Hawk. And I've spoken of this many times. I cannot wait for the Ebon Hawk to come. I think it'll be probably the first legendary ship, which would be cool. I know a lot of people wouldn't like this, but I would like to start seeing legendary ships come to the game. Similar like how with Commander Luke Skywalker, maybe we have to have a legendary journey to get his X-Wing, or if Jedi Luke comes out, or a legendary journey to get the original trilogy Millennium Falcon. I think that would really step up people's interest in ships, because they'd be characters that would be harder to achieve, and ships that would be harder to achieve because of that, and it would really help differentiate the fleet arena. And I'm pro for that. I'm gonna guess probably 70% of people don't like that. They like to keep it simple, but I absolutely love fleet, and I run with a generic team right now. Most of you know this. TIE Advanced. I'll get to my team here. TIE Advanced. TIE Silencer and Houndstooth only at 4-star, and then I have some pretty good reinforcements as well. The Ghost, the Phantom, I have Imperial TIE Fighter, and Slave 1. And I think it'd be so cool to start adding legendary ships to that aspect of the game. We just had Anakin Skywalker's ship release. I got Anakin to gear 12. I have not leveled this up anymore. I'm not going to spend the money to get it to 7 stars. I don't think it's that important. He could be part of a new meta with potential Galactic Republic ships, especially during a Clone Wars rework. I could see that happening as well. So I think definitely the Clone Wars and the Sith somehow are going to be getting revamped. Even though the Sith are very good and have been for an entire year, I definitely think that is going to be something that happens, and I think they're going to move over to fleet as well. So again, what to take away from this video? Learn from the past, prepare for the future. Let's not get ourselves into a position where we have to, absolutely panic farm 100%, which we still will, but we'll be ready somewhat. Let's get those $9.99 packs for Bastila the Fallen and Canderous Ordo. Let's start hoarding. If you've already got all the characters out of the Squad Arena store. I haven't spent any of these shards on credits or any of this currency on credits forever. For the last who knows how many months, I've been strictly farming this ship prestige token because I want to be ready when this new capital ship comes out to have it maxed out, because there is going to be one coming out, and there's going to be more, but which one's going to come out first, Grievous or Sith capital ship, I don't know, but I will be ready. So there you go. Spend that $20 to get each character, Bastila and Canderous, to 4 stars. Start hoarding that capital ship, exactly, prestige tokens for the capital ship. It's almost like a capital ship Omega. And start farming the Sith fighter ship, and maybe some of the other Sith characters, Assassin, Trooper, Marauder as well, because we don't know what they're going to be needed for. So there we go. Kind of an informative video for you guys here, based on my opinion on what's going to happen, and I have a pretty good feeling about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the subscribe button, like the video as well, click the little notification bell so you can be alerted to every video that I post. I'm going to leave the link to my Discord server and Patreon page in the description below, so make sure you check that out, and please leave comments in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Am I right? Am I wrong? Kind of the same thing. Let me know your opinion. Am I doing things right? Are you doing things right? I want to know everything. Also, give me a bunch of video ideas, because I'm always looking for those. Otherwise, peace out, and may the Force be with you.